They're just college leaders that give up part of their lives to hang out with me.
I didn't want anything to do with God. I didn't want anything to do with the Christian life. I didn't want to pursue God. I didn't care.
I don't want them to go in the same path that I was going to go in.
I don't know, alcoholism and addiction ruled my life for about 3 to 4 years. I didn't care about anything. I didn't think anyone cared about me.
There's so many people that give their all to this program.
There are awesome guys like Tyler and Mike and Simon and them. They're just college leaders that give up part of their lives to hang out with me.
Young Life is a place where kids can go and feel safe, and where they can really be themselves versus being torn and eaten up by a dirty world. It's a time where they can go and hang out with people that won't let them down, and a place they can go and feel safe and feel like they can legitimately be the person that they were created to be.
I went to Young Life because I felt like I had to. My mom was a part of it, and so I went, and I was just basically the fake hypocritical Christian people stereotype. I don't know, I was just very angry and bitter about moving to Fayetteville, and I didn't want to do it. Towards the end of 10th grade, I just was like, okay, things have got to change because this isn't working. You know, it's harder this way. As hard as it was with God, it's harder doing it my own way.
In high school, I got involved with Young Life because a lady came to our lunch and sat down beside me and a friend of mine, and she was interested in my life. Got out of church after a while. I started getting into some hard stuff, and I started getting into the wrong kind of crowd. I stopped going to any kind of church function, any youth group, but I still went to Young Life. I was partying and drinking and getting into some mild drugs, just stuff that some people think are experiments. I was experimenting a lot. You know, no matter how far away I got from these good influences, I still went to club.
Everybody has these people. They're just really hard to love. And you just, in no way, you want to be around them at all. And those are the people that need to come, that, you know, Jesus said that, you know, it's not the well that need a doctor, it's the sick that need to be, you know, healed. Really, I guess, the time when I was just brought back and I was like, okay, Young Life is just loving these kids that are hard to love. And for a while I realized, okay, that was me. I was the kid that was hard to love.
I don't want them to go in the same path that I was going to go in. And so I want them to know, you know, that there's more out there than stupid stuff like kids get into these days.
I got by. I kept working and living with strangers and living in my car if I needed to, and trying to not be conscious most of the day. There's a lot of pain, a lot of just depression going on. I mean, what would you expect? But there was still this feeling that it could be better. I didn't know how it could. I didn't know how to do it, but I felt it could be better. I sort of knew that there was a Young Life in the University of Arkansas. I wasn't paying attention though. Young Life was just the place where I felt comfortable. And I went one day, just on a whim. It was a while before I opened up, but People were opening up to me. Even though I wasn't a student, I didn't feel like I belonged, and they made me feel that way. The area director said, let me meet with you once a week. Here's my number, call me anytime. And that positive influence kind of overwhelmed my life. Went through a lot of legal struggles, spent a few nights in Washington County, went through some drug rehab, and no one judged me for that. And that amazes me. That's a miracle that someone wouldn't say, you don't belong, in such an awesome place. But I guess that's what God's like. I wasn't a saint when I started coming to Young Life. I was the furthest thing away. But nobody told me to leave. Nobody said that I wasn't wearing the right clothes. Nobody said that I wasn't speaking with the cleanest language. No one judged me because I played bumpin' rap music in my car. They just said, come in, hang out with us, let's be friends.